Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to our Winnipeg Jets Be a GM mode, our legend Winnipeg Jets. So over the past week, I know I haven't had basically anything out because I was on a work trip and I brought my Xbox. I was going to do a bunch of recordings when I was off work, and then I forgot my 360 controller, and I wasn't going to go to Walmart and then go buy a brand new one when I had a perfectly good one at home, and I was only gone for 5 days. So it's been about a week now, and I'm so ready to get back into this. That was totally my fault. I felt like a complete idiot. I wanted to get so much GM mode done, but over the past week I was able to, think of some trades, review your guys' comments, and, figure out what we're going to do here with our Winnipeg Jets. So, the first comment here is a really positive one. It comes from Josh, and he says, currently doing a Winnipeg Jets GM mode myself. Trouba turned into a 89, Patan got to a 85, Morrissey got to a 81, and Comrie got to a 89. Also really excited. The twist for the Legends was a brilliant and genius idea. So, thank you very much, and that gives me so much hope and so much optimism for this GM mode. I mean, if Comrie can get to an 89, that would be amazing. Next comment comes from Quick. He says, pick up Korea in free agency. He deserves to play with Timu. And I mentioned in the last video, I'm not going to trade for any Legends, but if they are in free agency, they are free games. So, we got to wait a couple of years for that, kind of wait to see how this plays out. This is a complete test for me. I have never done a Legend GM mode, so I don't know how the AI is going to do with making sure that players are signed and keeping their Legends. I don't know how that's going to work. So we're going to wait a couple of years to see how that plays out. And the last comment here, which is actually a really good segue into the trade that I'm thinking of making. This one comes from CJ Fraser. He says, I know you have Comrie coming up right now, but you have two backup goalies with no future. It would make a lot of sense to trade both of them for one good starter, and I agree with you. So I was kind of messing around. I was kind of looking, what players, what goalies could we potentially go after, and I had this trade in mind where I would trade Hutchison and Ondrej Pavelec to Ottawa for Robin Lehner. I was trying a bunch of things to make it go through, but each individual time they said they could not take the trade because of Ondrej Pavelec's salary, and I was like, what the hell, why not? I mean, I know it's 3.9 for 3 years. It's kind of a hefty price tag to pay for a backup, and obviously I completely understand why they don't want to take that, but even if I was to add my first round pick from this year and look at the trade value compared to Robin Lehner, the first round pick is worth more than Robin Lehner is worth, and Ondrej Pavelec, if I was to offer them this, they would say no, they do not want to take on the contract of Ondrej Pavelec. So that leads us with a huge problem because I cannot trade Ondrej Pavelec even if I wanted to. I could not trade him for a bag of pucks because simply no one wants to take on his contract. So I'm going to try to maneuver something here. We're going to go to Toronto and we're going to make a trade here for James Reimer. A couple reasons. So Toronto definitely has a goaltending controversy, no question. Reimer or Bernier, one of them has to go, and James Reimer is a perfect fit for our Winnipeg Jets. When we did our Toronto Maple Leafs GM mode, we traded him away to Calgary. We traded him to somewhere, but he ended up in Calgary, and he was like an 89 overall goalie. See, I don't think that's going to happen here, but he's not a bad goalie. He's a starting goalie. He's better than what we have. So if we were to get James Reimer, that would be awesome. And he's also from Manitoba, where the Winnipeg Jets play. Obviously, Winnipeg, Manitoba. So it's kind of a homecoming for James Reimer. We're getting a immediate need in goaltending, which we definitely need. Hutchison's 83 and Ondrej Pavelec. So we're gonna have to trade Hutchison and a couple picks here. I kind of have a master plan here. So what I'm gonna do is go a second and a third round pick. That should probably go through. Can we get it for just a second? Hutchison and a second for James Reimer. That seems pretty even. Maybe I have to add like a fourth in there or something, but the second round is a lot to pay for, but we're getting the starting goalie, which we desperately need, so let's try this. James Reimer, are you coming home to Winnipeg? No, he's not. Not quite yet. He will be, but not quite yet. Let's add a fourth. Can I squeeze in a fourth? I don't really want to give up the third, but can we try a fourth? Okay, that did go through. James Reimer, welcome to Winnipeg, Manitoba. Welcome home, my friend. Welcome home. So, Now we have a couple of interesting things here. We have to either keep Andre Pavlik as the backup, which is totally fine, or we can put him in the minors and go sign a goalie in free agency. The goalie I have in free agency is Martin Brodeur. He's an 84 overall goaltender. Honestly, I would rather have him than Andre Pavlik. We can try to trade Pavlik for a pick, clear up some cap space, but I really don't know if that is going to work out. But we did get James Reimer. He is the goalie who I did want to get. He's going to be our starter going forward here. Maybe keep Pavlik as a backup. I'm going to try to put him on waivers. That would actually, he's not even playing that bad. He's just not a starting goalie. We could use him as a backup. Would you rather have Marty Brodeur or Andre Pavlik? Okay, so let's quickly check out free agents here. So Marty Brodeur is 84 overall. I know that. Our goaltenders, where is he? He's Andrei Makarov. No, thank you. Pickard. No. Where is he? Marty Brodeur, 84 overall. He's 42 years old. One last stop in Winnipeg. You know what? Actually, it doesn't make much sense for us to have Marty Brodeur. He's 42 years old. He's not going to want to come to Winnipeg, a team that might not even make the playoffs this year. You know what? We're going to run with Andre Pavlik. It doesn't really make sense. If Brodeur was to sign with the team, he would probably sign with Chicago as a backup or Pittsburgh or some team that might go on and win the Stanley Cup this year. You know what? It makes no realistic sense at all for Marty Brodeur to come to Winnipeg. So we're going to roll with Andre Pavlik as the backup. I think that's basically everything I wanted to do before we get a lot of simulation done. Where are we going to go here for our team-wise? So our team, actually one more thing. I did turn off the injuries, and that is because why change it now? I've done 5 GM modes here on YouTube where I've never played with the injuries on, and really it just slows down the GM mode. So I went ahead and I turned off the injuries. So I hope you guys are okay with that. I was playing some GM mode offline last night. When I mean offline, I say not recording it, but I was playing some and the injuries kept popping up. It just slowed down the whole GM mode. And I played with it off before. We'll turn them on during the playoffs, but for right now, we got to keep it where it is. But for right now, I'm going to turn them off, and we're going to continue on here. So let's get the first game here with James Reimer underway. Actually, I did want to sign a couple free agents to make our AHL team a little bit more improved. So I was looking at our AHL team, and they're pretty weak. How they're doing? They're actually not doing terrible, 13-10-1, but could be doing a lot better. And our AHL team, they're not very good whatsoever. 75's our best overall player, Keaton Ellerby. It's not really that great. We need to get another goaltender, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and sign a couple free agents for the St. John Ice Caps, and then we can go ahead and get some simulation done. So the players who I want to sign are Philip Larson, 79 overall, 24, 3.5, green star potential. We'll give him a contract. We'll also give Lokatanov a contract. He will be the number 1 center in the AHL. Drayson Bowman is a sniper, 77 overall. Definitely cannot hurt. We have the cap space. We have the room, so why not? Who else we got here? Colton Gillies. No, I want to get someone who's relatively young. Everyone else is kind of crap here. Joe Diamond, what a guy. That is a name and a half. We are going to get a goaltender, though. We're going to probably get Makarov. He's 21 years old. Yeah, we've had Makarov in the past. Why not? There you go, Makarov. And we got to get a backup as well. 3-star. Let's go with this Johansson guy. Jonas Johansson, there you go. So we get some players for our AHL team, and now we can get the simulation underway. James Reimer, his first game as a Winnipeg Jet. Let's go, buddy. First period. 2-1. Okay, all right. So he lets 2 goals in against Edmonton. Brian Little scores 1 on us. Brian Little scored 1 for us. Second period. 3-1. Oh, no. Taylor Hall eating James Reimer alive. But that's all right, though. I'm not expecting us... Okay, Teemu Selänne. I'm not expecting us to be, a playoff team this year. I think we should... Oh, Jacob Trouba ties it up on the power play. We have a 3-3 game. Going into OT here. Can we get Reimer's first W? Oh, we don't. We do get a point out of it, though. I think Hall had a hat trick there. But I want to make sure we're going to be a competitive team in year 3 and year 4. I don't care about right now. We can get the draft picks right now and build a franchise. John Erskine, he's... How old is he? He's 20... 20. He's 34. We don't really need John Erskine. So yeah, what I want to do for this team, I want to make sure that we're going to be set for year 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, and so on and so forth. I want to be set. I don't want to be struggling for prospects. I don't want to be struggling to have players that can compete. So if we don't make the playoffs right now, if we get a bottom 10 pick, that's not really a terrible thing at all. I mean, if we squeeze into the playoffs, great, but, you know, if we get a mid, you know, 10 to 15 round pick, I am totally okay with that. Getting the good first round picks, even a top 5 pick, that would not be bad either. We're going to take the best player available at the draft for our needs for the Winnipeg Jets, but right now I just want to get some simulation done, kind of feel out the next couple of months, and then we can see where we're going to go here. So Makarov's on the team, Larson, Lokhtanov, Grayson Bowman, and this guy. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the minors really quick, and then we'll get the rest of the simulation completed. All right, so let's go to January here, and let's just get, you know, let's kind of just feel out where we are. Honestly, I don't think we're going to be a competitive team. If anything, we might be, you know, 15 to 20-ish around that area. I don't think we're going to compete for, you know, a playoff spot or anything like that, but we're going to, you know, try to stay in the running. If we can squeeze into the playoffs, it's kind of weird because we have the team to squeeze into the playoffs, but there's also, we have the team, you know, to get a bottom 5 pick, which wouldn't be a bad thing at all. We're 13, 15, and 3 right now. Evander Kane leading our team with 17 goals. Teemu Selanne with 25 helpers there. Let's do our scout really quickly. Send a scout out to the WHL for 6 weeks. There you go. And we'll get some more simulation done. Go all the way over to January here. I don't really know how our team, it's kind of weird to read. Most of you guys in the comments saying, you know, you should probably tank right now. You know, try to get the highest overall pick that you can, and then you can try to work, you know, towards the next year. Up against the Bruins here, and we lose 3-2. They actually have a really good record, so I'm not too mad about that. But we have pieces in place to where we're going to be a good team. It's just, you know, getting through the first 2 years, which might be kind of shitty. We might not be the greatest of teams, but that's not bad. Like I said last episode, absolutely no rush at all. Cody Bass, all about that bass, no treble. No, I don't want you, buddy. Goodbye. Chicago, we lose 5-1 there, get tooled by the Hawks up against the Wild. Manny Fernandez and the Wild. Come on, buddy, let's get a victory here. Let's get a victory. I don't even care, actually. And we lose 1-0. You can't really blame the goaltender on that one. James Reimer, come on, buddy. You know what? I'm hoping for victories. There you go. Big 4-0. I'm hoping for victories, but I'm also kind of hoping to get a bottom 5 pick. It's kind of weird. I don't really know what I want with this team yet. I think, you know, once comes February, March, we might just, you know, start to shit the bed, and then we're probably just going to go on and probably miss the playoffs, which is not a bad thing. But our pick here against the Toronto Maple Leafs, which would be a good game to slow sim. I can't stop. I can't stop the simulation. Unfortunately, Reimer gets some revenge against your old team, and he does 3-1. Beats his old squad. We'll probably go up to the All-Star break, and then we'll call this one an episode. Evander Kane, 19 goals. Teemu Selanne, almost 30 helpers already. That's awesome. Bogosian's a +11. If there's a couple things which I want him, which I would like to upgrade, would probably be our first line centerman. I don't think Brian Little's really the dude, and I would like to upgrade the defense a little bit. I do want to go after a player though from Tampa Bay. I do want to get Anthony DeAngelo, because there's been numerous comments, and I have seen it firsthand, of Anthony DeAngelo just being like an 89 and 90 overall defenseman who absolutely rips it up. But his trade value is pretty high, but it's going to be really high in a couple of years, so we might have to hop on that either at the draft this year or at the trade deadline. Try to get some prospects. If we have to trade, you know, a player on our roster right now, like Michael Frolik, who's getting like third line minutes, it's not a bad thing at all. Pavlik still is leading our team with 10 wins, so I don't think James Reimer's really played fantastic, but we will take a look at the individual stats at the end of this video. 19, 22, and 6. Yeah, we're definitely not going to be a playoff team this year. If we managed by some crazy miracle to make the playoffs, that would be crazy. But, you know, with the way things are, I'm not mad at all. Even like our owner said at the start of the year, if you make the playoffs, great. If you don't, you know, it's not really a big deal at all. So, All-Star game here. Let's stop the simulation. Let's see if any Winnipeg Jets made the All-Star team. Selanne did. First ballot All-Star. There you go. Selanne, Seguin, and Kane. We got Hall, McKinnon, Perry, Brett Hall made it from St. Louis. There you go. James Neal, Ryan Kessler, Goudreau, Pominville, and Logan Couture. Rob Blake made it. There you go. Hamhuis and Yandel, Schultz and Big Bufflin there, and Jonas Hiller and Anders Lindback on that one. I want to see what legends made the All-Star team. Red All-Stars here. Ovechkin, Crosby, Kessel, Tavares, Stamkos, Marty St. Louis, Pacioretty, Giroux, Hornquist, Scott Mellenby made the All-Star team. Wow, no Lemieux, no Gretzky. Wow, that's crazy. Lidstrom and Orr made the All-Star team there. Scott Stevens made the All-Star team. All right, so quite a few legends. No Hasek. Wow, no Hasek, no Gretzky, no Lemieux. That's crazy. Speaking of Lemieux, we got a game here against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Let's slow sim this one. Let's see against Crosby and Lemieux. Let's see what the record's like. Actually, it's probably just crazy. It's not even that great. Lemieux's got 37 helpers, though. Let's go. First period, 3-0. Oh, my God. Paul Martin, Nick Spaulding, and Marcel Gock. The third liners, Marcel Gock and Nick Spaulding. Maybe even fourth liners. They come up really, they really kill it in the first period, up 3-0. Period number 2, 4-1, Steve Downey and Zach Bogosian. That's how that one's going to end. We get tooled by Pittsburgh, which, was going to happen anyways. But let's get one more quick month of simulation done. We'll go up to the trade deadline, and then if there is any moves, any prospects you guys want me to take a look at, we can definitely take a look at that then for the trade deadline. Matthias Ekholm, he's 24. Let's pick him up. Why not? 78 overall. Why not? Absolutely. He will definitely be a really good staple there on our defense for the Miners. Why did they put him on waivers? Probably a big trade happened with Nashville. Let's check here. Let's go to assignment. Yeah, we're just losing games left and right. We are definitely not going to be the team that makes the playoffs this year. We're going to have a good first round pick, and I am okay with that. Okay, lots of trades actually. Patrick Elias, after spending his whole career in New Jersey, goes to the Nashville Predators. Wow. Eric Bolton for Anthony Camara. That's weird. All right, so Ekholm is now on the St. John's Ice Caps. How are they doing actually since we made those additions? Oh, they're a 500 team. Not the greatest at all. Let's go though, get this whole one more month done. We'll cruise through this one, do a quick wrap up. We're already at about 18 minutes here, so let's just lose a bunch of games and then we'll end off this episode, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to lose right now. Slow and steady wins the race. There's no rush for us to go on, a 12-game winning streak and, push for the playoffs right now. Although it would make for some good entertainment, but there's no reason for us to go on we actually kill Vancouver 8-2 there. Holy crap, I may have spoke too soon. Here comes the winning streak against Hull and the Blackhawks, who have a pretty good record. Kane just ripping it up, and we actually win. Wow, okay, we actually win. Where has what is Andrei Pavlik getting the starts? Because James Reimer hasn't been winning many games. Where is he even? Where is he? Reimer's getting the starts, but Pavlik seems to be winning the games. 11-14. What was his record when he came to our team? Can someone look that up? What's Pavlik doing? I know he was like 8-6 when we had him before. He's 11-9. So really, nothing great. Someone can look up the record from when I first traded for James Reimer. Maybe I showed it, maybe I didn't, but it's kind of be interesting to see how he did in the first 25 to 30 games he was on our team. Let's get some more simulation done though. We're still losing games left and right. Evander Kane, 21 goals. Timo Solani, 38 helpers. He's also leading our team in plus minus. We got a game against against Nick Lidstrom and the Detroit Red Wings. How are we gonna do here? The defense is really good, and we win 3-1. All right, there you go. 23, 26, and 9. Yeah, nothing really crazy gonna happen with our team here. We're just gonna continue to lose games, and I am okay with that. Up against Peter Bondra, Ovi, and the Capitals, who are not very good either. That's crazy. I thought these legends would be ripping it up, but for some reason, they're just, I don't know, maybe it's just the first year, or maybe I'm kind of expecting like 120-point years like they used to get. But let's go here against Hutchison. Hopefully he gets the start. Hutchison versus Reimer. First period. All right, Carter Ashton beats James Reimer. Okay, period number 2. Oh, come on, boys. Where's the offense? Hopefully Oh, wow, David Clarkson beats James Reimer. Oh boy, we're in for a rough year here in Winnipeg, which is not a negative thing. Every time I say that, I think it's a negative thing, but it's really not. Cody Franson gets the empty netter, and we lose 3-0 to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Our old team, Bernier was actually playing. Bernier got the shutout against us. That's fine. What do we got here? A couple more games. We'll go to a game against LA, and that's going to be the end of this video. I'll do a quick little wrap-up. If there's any trades you guys want to see, you can let me know in the comments. And, make an actual trade. Just don't say, go after Crosby. Say, trade for this player, you have to give up X amount of picks, this player, and it might go through. Try to, incorporate a trade where I can put your comment up on the screen and use the exact trade, not just say, go after Alex Steen or something, you know what I mean? Try to make an actual trade. We haven't scored a goal in a long time. How many games is that? That's 2 games. Is there any games back here? We haven't scored a goal in 3 games. We've scored 2 goals in our last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 goals in our last 5 games. The offense has completely run dry, and that's probably going to be a good spot to end off this episode. I'll go slow sim this game against Rob Blake and the LA Kings, and then we're going to end this one off here. So first period, 0-0. Second period, 1-1. All right, Blake Wheeler and Jeff Carter. Period number 3. Oh, ties it up. Brian Little and Justin Williams. All right, here we go. Overtime. Teemu Selanne wins it in overtime. Attaboy, Teemu. Gets us not a big 2 points, but definitely 2 points, not a bad thing at all. So we are currently, where are we actually in the NHL? We are a bunch of trades actually happened. Boston acquired Michael Ryder. Didn't he play for the Bruins? Yeah, he did play for the Bruins. That's weird. Kind of went back and forth there. Anthony Dunclair from Marty Havlat. Why? Man, wow. The Rangers, get rid of Michael Ryder, but they get Anthony Dunclair and Jesper Fast. So that's kind of a crazy trade. Where are we? We did claim Matthias Ekholm off waivers. Who else here? Where are we in points? We are last. Oh no, we're like second last in the NHL with 58 points. We're tied with Edmonton, New Jersey, and the Detroit Red Wings. So Calgary looks like they're ripping it up. Chicago's ripping it up. The Islanders are ripping it up. Bruins are doing really, really well. Goals, we're not up there, obviously. Gaudreau has 30 goals. Holy crap. Stamkos with 35. Perry with 35. Hornquist with 34. Wow. Nashville has James Neal with 32. Kessler's got 32 as well. Assists, Bobby Orr ripping it up with 55 helpers. Mike Bossy there with 49. Lemieux's up there. Correa's up there. Points, it's going to be Stamkos leading the way with 73. Kane with 71. Where's the next legend? Mike Bossy has 65 points. So him and Tavares are playing very well together. That's nice. I like to see the legends perform. So that's going to be it for this episode. We're going to do a quick team update. Look at how everything is doing. We're currently 29th in the NHL. Goals for, we're not doing very good. Goals against, not very good. Power play goals, 25th. Power play percentage, we're 23rd. Penalty kill, we're 20th. Things are just not looking good, but it's fine. There's lots of time. There's no rush at all for this GM mode. We're going to take it slow. We can be a competitive team come year 3 and 4. So 60 points in 64 games for Teemu Selanne.